Afternoon guys, March update. As you may have well noticed, I've had a bit of a change around. I didn't really like the grey blue sort of cold looking walls, so I've completely blitzed it with an actual oak stain, and I've put some shelving up for all the ingredients, and it's just give it a really fresh look, a more cozy, warm look, which I really like. Hope you guys do as well, obviously. I've also got a fridge in. I'll give you a little tour and show you what I've done. Okay guys, step into the office. So I've put some shelves up here for ingredients. The on-air sign had to go up, had to be mounted on the wall. Thank you to my wife. And I've put some more shelves up down here, and I've got some empty bottles and some filled bottles from various brews, some new measuring jugs there, all my glasses, and the wine rack. All the brews are over here at the moment because I'm going to film a tutorial on how to use heating mats. Not rocket science, I know, but I've been asked, so I will do that. And then over here I've got the two Pinters. This Pinter's got the cider in at the moment, and that one's empty. And you know, got some bits and bobs lying around, more ingredients up here, lots to make. And then down here we've got the new fridge. You can see malt beer in there. Over on the right there, that's a lager, and on the left, that's a wine, if I remember right. And then down there we've got a plum and apricot cider, cold crashing. I've started putting the yeast in the fridge now, because you'll get more longevity if you keep them refrigerated. And then you don't need to see in cupboards, but yeah, the juicer's in there. Look, nice shiny red juicer. And I've got wine rack space here for lots of future brews. I intend on filling that, by the way. Oh yeah, and the little label printer, so we get some labels on the wine bottles. That's one I was playing around with, look. That's the last video that went online, anyway. And then back there, I've got to show it you because you don't see that on camera. It's just, you know, everyday shed stuff. A couple of kids' bikes and mower and stuff. Right, that's the last you ever see of that. Back to the point of view. Of course, it would be rude not to have a drink with you guys on camera, wouldn't it? So, I don't even know what this is. I think it's the premium rosé we made. This was pre-bottle label maker, so I've not got any label on this. Let's get a drink. It's Friday, guys. Don't judge. I can feel you judging. Stop judging. Ah. Yeah, that's the premium rosé, I think. Oh. Right, what else we got? So thanks for all your support, guys. I wouldn't be able to do all this without you. Even just by watching this very video, you are contributing to the success of this channel. And I wouldn't be able to, you know, do all this without you. So thanks to all of you that have been buying the recipes, the lab sheets on Buy Me a Coffee, and to anyone who donates via the super chats and the donation part of Buy Me a Coffee. I've now got the juicer, which you'll see in upcoming videos, and yeah, lots of ingredients and a fridge, which a much needed fridge because cold crashing, I've had to do that in the house, much to my wife's dismay, because it takes up a lot of room in the fridge. So yeah, having a fridge in here is great. Plus with the Pinter 3s behind me, left shoulder there, I've got to cold crash those for probably 3 or 4 days every time I do a brew in one of those. So yeah, need a decent sized fridge to get them in. So yeah, in a word guys, thanks. And there's a guy installing Sky TV next door for the new neighbours. Oh. Glad it's Friday. So, schedule going forward guys. I'm trying to post on a Tuesday and Friday going forward. So, today's Friday and there won't be a video going out, so that's a good start. Next week, however, I'm going to try and stick to this religiously if possible. The only thing that might affect that is, I don't know if any of you guys noticed, but the last video that went out, sorry, not the last video, 2 videos ago, the hard lemon soda video, that pulled in an awful lot of views and an awful lot of subscribers. Welcome, by the way, guys. There's probably 15 to 20,000 of you, maybe more. It pulled in an awful lot and I'm eternally grateful for what that video did. So yeah, if a video goes semi-viral like that, it's pulled in, I think, around 700, 800,000 views by now. You should really leave it alone and let it do its thing. Don't upload another video to crowd it, so to speak. Let YouTube push it and finish doing its thing before you throw another one up. But, so yeah, it's calmed down now. It was a lovely thing to see. So many thousands of views every day, it was great. If I get another video like that, don't be surprised if I leave it a couple of days at least till it calms down before I upload. But going forward, Tuesdays and Fridays, and we'll see how that goes. 2 a week. And yeah, going back to the hard lemon soda video, welcome all. That really did pull in a lot of viewers and subscribers from all over the world, so glad to have you all with us and enjoy the channel. So, quick word on all the upcoming brews. I've got a strawberry and lime cider in that pint of 3 right there. It's now finished. It's had 10 or 11 days that has now, so it needs going in the fridge, cold crashing, and then we'll get a taste after I take the dock off it, of course. I'll explain all that in the video when you see it. What else we got? I've got a lager, which is lagering in the fridge right now, and it's a little bit dark because the only crushed malt that I've got is chocolate from the Harry Potter video. So I've used that a couple of times now in other brews, and it just makes things go a bit dark. So it looks more like a stout at the moment than a lager. So if I can't lighten that up, I will repurpose it and we'll call it a dark amber lager or something. I don't know, but it certainly smells like a lager. It just looks very dark. I'm also going to make another more traditional lager with some more ingredients I've got on the way. Some light malt extract and various other bits and bobs to get a proper, pint. You've not seen me drink a pint yet, have you? Only these little wines and ciders we've been drinking, meads. And yeah, I need to get some lagers on there, because I do like lager, and I know there's going to be an awful lot of you out there that like lagers and real ales, bitters, stouts, so I need to get more on. And now that I've got these pint of 3s behind me, this one's empty by the way, the black one, I've got no excuse. I need to get some brewed. Even if I don't personally drink them myself all that much, I'm a cider man, and lagers, wines, meads, champagne, shots. We'll stop there, eh? I'm just saying I'm not a real ale man per se, but when on holiday and if in the right crowd, etc., I'll drink anything that's put in front of me. I think you guys know that by now. Within reason, obviously. Oh, some things are an absolute pleasure. God, that's really good. That's our premium rosé we made. Has to be. My wife would kill me if she knew I was drinking that. She loves it. I've got a white wine from grapes, just from supermarket bought grapes coming. Emma's really looking forward to that one because she knows that the best wines are made from grapes, obviously. So yeah, that should be a more traditional looking brew and tasting brew probably. Then we've got our Apex 20 series, which is on the back burner for the moment. I did a few and I've struggled with them. Various stalls and them not getting down to the right gravity to prove this 20 ABV. So I might have to rethink that. It may end up being Apex 18 series, or I'm going to have to go through a process which is pretty much step feeding. But then it's difficult to prove the gravity to you guys. So I'll have a think and see how we go with that, because I can see that being popular. And yeah, all these different fruit drinks, turning them to high alcohol is appealing naturally, even to myself, just to see if it can be done and have a little taste. Then of course we've got our ultra budget series, which so many of you seem to be really enjoying, aka the hard lemon soda. Of course, that's part of that series. The next one is a spud wash, which I haven't even filmed yet, so I need to sort that out, and then once I do, that can be on certainly next week or the week after. Not 100% sure I'm looking forward to tasting it, spud wash, but we'll see. Spud wash will be number 5 of the series if memory serves. I was just going through them in my head. So there's another 5 after that, God help me. We'll get there. Down to absolute 0, remember. Eyebrows. My wife's watching this, she's going to laugh. There's been some mixed opinions on the eyebrows. Now, it's just a bit of fun, but some people don't like my eyebrows. Others think they're hilarious. So, I suppose all I can say is, just a bit of fun, guys. Eyebrows, with a bit of evil music. I'm not evil, anyway. Last but not least, guys, it's the middle of March now, second week of March, and the grapevines are showing signs of life out there. They I noticed one of them this morning has got a bud breaking, so they're about to go. I'm really looking forward to see what they do this year, and how many bunches of grapes we get out of them. Remember, there's 12 vines planted in the ground and 10 in large plant pots. I'm looking over there because I can see them through the window, of course. I'll show you. I'm looking forward to see how many bunches of grapes we get and what sort of blend of wines we can make. I mean, in theory, we can make dozens of different wines and sparkling wines. Whites, reds, rosés, blush, you name it. There are 7 white grapevines out there, 6 Solaris and 1 Phoenix. Then there's 5 Rondos, which are the red grapes. They will give the biggest yield. The 10 potted ones will give much less, because obviously they don't develop a massive root ball, because they can't, because they're in a pot, they're constrained. But I still expect a few bunches of grapes off each one, naturally. And the ones in the pots are a complete mystery. They could be anything, any colour, any type, so we could end up with some real great types of wine if we blend them properly. Can't wait till September, October time. Maybe as the weather gets better, guys, I might do a bit of filming in the garden, outside, al fresco, so to speak. It's difficult to do any brewing outside because, contaminants, bugs, that would be a nightmare. But tasting outside, that's definitely a possibility. I also bought 2 hot plants the other day, which are currently inside the house. They're potted. I'm going to plant those next to one of the archways out there, because they're a climbing plant just like the grapevines are. So won't see much of them this year, but next year it'd be quite nice to have my own hops, so I can make some nice real ales for you guys, some lagers, some pale ales, etc, etc. It's going to be a great year. I'd love an apple tree or a pear tree or cherry tree, something like that. But this, I've not got it's not like I've got half an acre here of anything. Yes, it's an end terrace house, it's an end plot, so it's got a fair sized garden. And there is a fruit tree out the front, which we don't know what it is, and it looks dead anyway. So when we moved in, it's a new house, it never really did get going, and so we could always plant one out the front It's got to be apples. If you're a cider drinker, you've got to plant apples, haven't you, Peter? And you can say to your neighbours, how do you like those apples? Anyway guys, have a good weekend. I will try and get you a video sometime over the weekend. If not, there'll definitely be one going up Monday, Tuesday, and then Fridays going forward. As always, cheers.